It's Olight's 18th anniversary as a company, and they're running a special event from today, April 12th, through the 18th. Let's check out what's new and what kind of deals are available. Welcome back to Shoelights. So I've got a pile of Olight boxes here, and we're going to open them on camera, talk about them, and talk about what's new and what kind of deals there are. Let's jump into it. Okay, so in a nutshell, and by the way, I'm going to be really transparent in this video. I don't know if I'm going to step on any toes at Olight, hope not. But the fact of the matter is that there's no real brand new, products for this event. So it might seem a little lackluster. But I got to be honest, some products I like of theirs so much more than others. And the products that they are, kind of evolving during this event are some of my favorites. Okay. So we're going to take a look at them right now. Oh, and also I want to tell you that the deals might not seem as good as they have seemed in the past. And again, truth to my audience, it's related to the tariffs. So I don't want to make this political, guys. I am not going to bash anybody about this. It's just a fact of life, and it's affecting the way we're going to do, business with Chinese companies like Olight. So let's take a look at this, pile here. So we've got an Ultra Warrior, and we're going to get into that in a second. It's kind of what you would think, it's one of my favorite lights that they make of all time, the Warrior 3S. We also got the Oclip Ultra. So like you'd expect, that is the Oclip, but with the new OAL. They also have a folding knife. I didn't get it because I don't do knives on this channel, but it looked like a keeper. Let's just jump into it, talk about it, and I'll tell you what the deals are as we go. Okay, so, oh, by the way, normally I do a bunch of prep work off camera. The reason why I'm doing this on camera right now is because my time is really short right now. If you have been noticing that there's been a little less content than normal, channel's not dying. It's just one of those things where I don't. Some people know this. Actually, am a school teacher by trade, high school teacher, and it's the end of the year. We got about a month left of school, and things are getting kind of crazy. So expect a lot of content in a month's time. All right, let's go back to the overhead camera here. So I just opened up the Ultra here, Warrior Ultra, and sure enough, and I was wondering if the OAL on the Ultra was going to have the same kind of goldish green color that the Arcfelt Ultra has, and sure enough, that is exactly what's going on. So let's get this good shot on the camera. So, oh, I like the milling. The milling's new. Looks like they did a new milling job on the Ultra here. It's got that same tone. Some people look at it and say that it's green. I see goldish. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I guess, it's like that blue dress, right? It's like people see it different ways, but you can see it's clearly the same aluminum. Now, let me tell you my thoughts on the OAL here, okay? The OAL is a new alloy of aluminum that they're using. They haven't disclosed what's in it, but I happen to know that pure aluminum is softer and not as resistant to damage as some of the alloys like the 7075. Now, I don't know. Some people have postulated that the OAL is just the better 7075 compared to the other alloys that sometimes Chinese companies are using. I don't know if that's true. Nobody's ever told me, but I do know this. This stuff has proven to be more scratch resistant and a better aluminum than the other stuff that has been used in other brands and maybe they've used previously. So if you don't, if you like the color, aluminum is really the best metal for flashlights. Okay, I love titanium. It's so hard and lightweight. Steel is really heavy. Brass, copper, anything with brass and copper in it, it's just super heavy and soft. Alumina's got great thermals, even lighter than titanium. And if you got a good alloy of it, honestly, especially with anodization on the outside, being anodized, it gets really hard and really scratch resistant. So aluminum really just is the best metal for flashlights from a weight and heat standpoint. And as you may know, the Warrior 3S the higher lumens, and this is the one that does 2500 lumens. And my understanding is, if I bust into the manual, that for the first time, they actually acknowledged it's a luminous SFT 70 emitter. We knew that's what it was, but that's kind of a departure from what Olight usually does. They usually keep it close to the chest, what emitters are using. But it is a cool white SFT 70, and it's a great emitter. Amazing beam, amazing output, and the tint is actually really good for a cool white emitter. Now, if you want to learn more, I'm not going to dive into the UI or anything about it in this video. I'm just basically taking a look at it, showing you, that it's available. If you want to know more about why this, so you got the Ultra button here, and you can see that the layout on the switches looks different. Let me actually pull this off. I haven't even, engaged the battery yet. So let's engage the battery. It always comes with this, piece of plastic here. But I want to point out that the light configuration on this flashlight is a little different. You can see there, it's got the micro perforations that are lasered, and then it's filled in with resin to make it watertight and very resistant to damage. And you can see that it's, got the battery indicator, which shows storage charge on the right. And there's the power output on the left. As I go up here, you can see the power output. And then if I press it off and, press it, And if I press and hold, we're going to go into lockout here. And so then when I hit it, you're going to have one red dot right there, or one red segment. So if you want to know more about this light and why I love it so much, you need to check out my previous review. It's called Olight Warrior 3S is the best EDC on the market. And, I was trying to be a little salacious when I picked that title, but you can see that, it's been viewed almost 50,000 times. And I really do believe, and this is the caveat here, in the 21700 size of battery, I do not believe you can do better than the Warrior 3S. It's my favorite light of all manufacturers, hands down. It's got that great single emitter, high output that I love, with this perfect optic. This TIR is so defined. The hot spot is really sharp, and then there's a nice spill. The UI is excellent. There's mechanical lockouts and electronic lockouts. The clip is reversible. I could go on and on. There's a bounce sensor. The bounce sensor can be disabled. I love this light. And the driver is, I'm assuming a buck driver. I've never pulled one apart, but it runs forever. It's really hard to make this thing die. So one of my favorite lights gets the OAL and Ultra treatment. All right, let's go on to the next object here. We've got the Oclip Ultra. So I'm assuming this is going to look like an O-clip like this, but in the OAL. So it's probably going to be that kind of goldish color again. And I want to bring up, while I'm opening this up, that the Ultra is pretty easily swappable. Well, they both are actually. The Warrior Ultra, you can just pull the bezel off. There's no Loctite or anything. So, yep, sure enough, it's got that kind of gold look to it. You can see it's very similar styling to the Oclip. Oh, I forgot to say that. It's the Oclip Pro, but with the Ultra treatment, right? So it's 3 emitters, you can see there. And mine's been modified. I'll get a really good zoom in on mine. I have a Fireflies FFL 351A 1800 in the flood area. Then I got a 5000 case, again, the Fireflies FFL 351A 5000 here. And then over here, I put a UV light. And so I'm assuming that this one here, it's probably in lockout. Yep, there we go. So this is going to be, I believe, the SFT 25R. And then that's on the spot. And on the flood, it's probably an Osram P9, I'm assuming. And then on the other channel there, it's a red light. And if you want to know more about the operation of this, oh, and just if you're not familiar with the Oclip Ultra, it's got it's not a flappy doodle. Well, it's not a flappy doodle. It's a door. It's like aluminum door. and it's waterproof, and it's USB-C, and there's a magnet in the clip, and the clip is a really strong, nice clip. This is a great light, and as I said, I modified mine, and I'll show you what I got here. I got, it's a little floodier, but it's the 5000, and then we got the warm kind of candlelight of the 1800, and then I got a UV. Okay, and you can double click to go to like turbo on the UV. So if you want to know more about that and swapping, let's take a look at the fact that I released a video called Oclip Pro is great. Let's mod it. Take a look at that. I don't go through all the steps of basic modding, but if you've done a swap before, I give you the tips on opening this one up and how to do it. If you want to get started as modding, and swapping your, flashlights, just go to write swap in my channel, and you'll see that I have several videos. This was one of my first videos 3 years ago on how to do it. You can see that I did another one right here on the Pineapple Mini. And the fact of the matter is, and then here's another one, emitter swapping a flashlight. This is also 3 years ago, but I just kind of did it with better equipment, I think. And these are unedited. I show you all equipment, how to do it. And once you've done one flashlight, the principles are the same, and you can deploy it against all the flashlights, except for these, again, like little tips on like how to get the bezel off. And so I do talk about that on this light, how to do that. All right, so that's 2 down. Let's take a look at these special little guys that they got over here. All right, so I just got the package open of this i18, and now that I'm looking at it, it just clicked. They always do this, man. They renamed it. It's the I1R. Yeah, this is the I1R, just kind of remade in brass for the 18th anniversary. Man, it does look cool though. And it's actually, of all the keychain lights that Olight makes, it's probably their best one. I really like actually this iMini 2 as well, for what it is. It's just, one mode on off, you kind of pull it off. We'll get to that in a second. But this thing is brass. I can feel the weight on it. It's tiny, so it doesn't feel heavy, but it feels chunky in a good way. And if you don't know, you unscrew it, and it's captive, and there's a USB-C right there, little charge light on the side here. But then when you twist it, it's 2 tier. It's a low, and then twist it more for a high. It's a great light, man. I like this light a lot. And God, it's kind of I'm telling you, it's got some cool chunk to it. I mean, that's, you've probably seen this light before. That's what you want to know. You want to know what it looks like and what it feels like, and it feels substantial. I like it. So let's talk about the deals, right? So if you log in during this event, you can be an existing customer or a brand new customer, like literally just make an account for the first time. And if you log in and buy anything during the event, I don't see a minimum here. It says any order. So if you make an order, you're going to get the 18th anniversary i3E. And the i3E is a mono output little AAA alkaline flashlight. And it's going to be, presumably, in this colorway of the gold and the black. So this is not the i3E, but you can log on to their event and see it. And as I said, I don't see any minimum order purchase for that. And now, as I said previously, there isn't any discounts for the new Ultras, the new Warrior Ultra or Oclip Ultra. However, if you use my code CFR10, you're going to get 10% off. So, and I believe that stacks with the diamond and silver and platinum, VIP levels for you guys. So, but go ahead and use my code CFR10 to get 10% more off. And last thing I'm going to look at here is this i2 Mini in this 18th anniversary colorway. I love the Mini so much. It's very lightweight. I feel like, you can just toss it around, and I love the way it works. Here it is, and take a look at that on camera. So the Mini here, the iMini 2, you just basically put on your key ring. It's got a little protective silicone rubber sleeve here on what is a USB-A charging dongle, right? You put it into a USB-A port and it charges. And so the light is off, and when you pull the head of the light off like this, it just turns on one mode. So again, it's like you pull it, and the magnet just turns it off. It's super easy to use, and the way it's designed is so clever that what's on your key ring, you can knock it all you want, and it cannot come off. You specifically have to pull, you know, diametrically opposed from the keychain in order to get it off. So I love it. And then it is magnetic, so, you know, you can stick it to things. So super awesome. I love these little guys. All right, so, you know, okay, so there's the haul again, the Olight Warrior Ultra, the Olight Oclip Ultra, the I-18, which, as I said, is an I-1R, but in brass and chunky. And then we got this little iMini 2. And as I said, if you log on, you're going to get the i3E and presumably the colorway. Don't forget to use my coupon code. And, you know, listen, if you feel a little like, oh, you know, there's no new products, I get that. I get that. It's exciting to see a new product. However, these are the best products they make, in my opinion. I love the Warrior 3S so much. And those are my two favorite of their keychain lights. Yeah, feel free to check out those other videos I mentioned in the middle of the video about modding these, because they're super easy to do. I didn't actually put up that I have a video dedicated to modding the Warrior 3S. It's very easy to do, and I'll show you the emitters you can put in there in the video. Also, let me tell you what's coming up on the channel. So in about a week's time, I told you, you know, my videos are a little constrained right now. Come in a month, you're going to have a bunch of videos, okay? But the next video I release is going to be about the Charles Wiggins flashlights Dragon Quantum. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to show you the different versions, because there's two that he makes, and they are engine replacements to upgrade your old custom, American Customs flashlights. So I'm going to specifically show you how to upgrade a Citadel from Reaver Arms, which, by the way, I was on the Facebook group for Reaver Arms recently, and apparently Jesse Hayes is not dead, and he will be getting back to making flashlights. I don't know when. It's been a minute since he had a drop, but I know that people are chomping at the bit to get more of his Citadels. They really are just such a... Do I have a Citadel sitting here? I don't. Here, pause. I'll make an edit. Pause. These lights here are called the Citadel, and these are just some of the most unique looking customs on the market. And these are, of course, exotic. You got, you know, Damasteel over here, and you've got Mokame Gane over here. Notice that this right here, notice how this is off a little bit. I have it off intentionally because his lights do not do that. You know, like, listen, this screws on, right? It screws on. What I'm trying to show you is his lights line up perfectly. They don't overturn, and they line up so they're indexed. He's the only guy I know in the business that indexes his lights so that when you're turning them, they line up like that. So anyways, that's what the next video is going to be. I'm going to upgrade the Damasteel one, put a new engine in it from Charles Wiggins, actually. All right, thanks for sticking with it, and I'll see you in the next video.